Hi everyone, good afternoon. So learners, audio and video clear. Good afternoon everyone. So learners, audio and video clear. Good afternoon. So learners, चलिए शुरू करते हैं आज की क्लास. So you are most welcome. Good afternoon everyone. So कैसा लग रहा है लर्नर्स? मैं तो आज भूल ही गया था. Just I forget कि आज मेरी एक और क्लास है आपके लिए and that is on YouTube. Ode to a Nightingale by John Keats. So learners, in today's class I am going to discuss with you Ode to a Nightingale and learners basic themes and even learners exam points क्या क्या है वो सारी चीजें हम आज की क्लास में डिस्कस करने वाले हैं. So I hope सब लोग आप बढ़िया होंगे, अच्छे होंगे and learners going to start the class. I am AKSRajveer, your Unacademy and YouTube educator, teaching you live at Unacademy Plus. Plus means learners, a paid platform where you can join complete courses for upcoming UGC NET exam for both the paper 1 and as well as paper 2. Learners, I have already qualified 2 times UGC NET in English. So that's why learners, with my experience, I am going to share the best experience that is going to give you a way to success. So learners, this is a wonderful platform, Unacademy, where you can get daily special classes, free and paid, both type classes. Now learners, you can also join my Telegram group. This is my Telegram group and learners, yes, you can message me on 9125090515 or learners, yes, you can directly search me on Google AKSRajveer's Telegram. So learners, by searching this one, you will get the link of my Telegram, the first result, and you can click on that and join my Telegram group. For what learners? Why you must join my Telegram group? So learners, for PDF update or upcoming classes update. So learners, आप updated रहेंगे और आपके लिए wonderful होगा. Now learners, going to start a next crash course. I have already done my crash course part 1. Learners, that is going to be in on this month, and on upcoming month in June month I am coming with you crash course 2. And this is really wonderful crash course because you are going to get MCQs and as well as bullet points, and then learners brief revision. So this will be the perfect thing for you. I think learners, this will be the perfect time to join and enjoy my classes. One more thing learners, you can use my referral code during subscription. So my referral code is Rajveerlive. By using this referral code, you are going to get 10% off your Unacademy, any Unacademy subscription. Okay learners, and these are the highlights you can see on your screen. So first of all, Unacademy teaching is student friendly teaching where interaction takes place. Learners, real-time interaction and real-time classes very helpful, and we have a dedicated doubt clearing session, and this doubt clearing session learners, after every 3 class 3 plus 1, so we have a doubt clearing session. So 3 classes and 1 class learners doubt clearing. So on that doubt clearing session we are going to clear your all the doubts. And English literature, I am teaching you English literature. So learners, in a simple way, in bilingual method, and just learners with our material for paper 1 as well as paper 2, then test series. So learners, I think you are going to ensure your success on upcoming exam. Learners, first of all, you must understand what are these live classes, because live classes are really interesting, because without live classes learners, only if you are getting recording or only a study material, so that is not perfect for you. So I would like to suggest, first of all, wherever you are going to join classes. So learners, first of all, you must ask, are you going to take live classes or recording? So learners, recordings I think not helpful because you are not going to interact with your teacher. So that is really interesting part, because with interaction you are going to make clear your all the doubts within time. So learners, with one subscription, paper 1 and paper 2, so both the papers on single place. Learners, my complete course is for 6 months, but you may choose 3, 1 or 6, 12 or 24 months. So let us 6 month subscription at least, so that you can cover all the entire syllabus, you can say, within time of paper 1 and paper 2 both. Now let us going to start the class. See learners, we are going to discuss Ode to a Nightingale. Let us first of all, before discuss, we are going to take a discussion brief. Okay, क्या हुआ learners? Sanjay Kumar is asking something. Means कैसे सर? बढ़िया फिलहाल में. Okay learners, so please हम Ode to a Nightingale का discussion start करें. So before starting the discussion, we must understand what the ode is, and then learners about title. Learners, we have a number of poem entitled Nightingale and on birds. Even Shelley has written a poem named Skylark. And you can also see learners Ode to a Nightingale. So, to a Nightingale. This is a poem by Samuel Taylor Coleridge. Nightingale poem by Samuel Taylor Coleridge too. That was appeared in 1798. So learners, you must make a clear-cut difference between the both poems. A poem by Samuel Taylor Coleridge, a poem by John Keats. Now let us see कि क्या है ये ode. So learners, first of all, you must understand what the ode is. So learners, जब हम ode की बात करते हैं, so this is a kind of poem. Ode is a poem. And learners, ode में होता क्या है basically हमें ये समझने की जरूरत है. So learners, in ode you can see three types of ode होती हैं आपकी. एक तो learners Pindaric ode, Pindaric. Another one is Horatian. And then learners, the third one, so this is irregular. Irregular. So learners, three types ode. Three types. And learners, you must understand that this is a irregular ode. And having how many stanzas are there in this particular poem? So 8 stanzas. Ode to a Nightingale in 8 stanzas. And learners, this was appeared in, you must understand, this was appeared in 1819. Let us 1819. This is the year. This year is known as the golden period, the most productive year in Keats' life. Learners, this is the question in your exam. I think in KVS this was asked कि 1819 how was the 1819 year in Keats' life. This was the question in your exam. So 1819, this year can be considered as the most productive year. But learners, आपको ये भी याद रखना चाहिए कि 1817. So this is the most destructive year in Keats' life. Now let us see कि हम थोड़ा सा एक brief look लेते हैं Keats की life का. So John Keats, because first of all we must understand about the poet and then about the poem. So first of all learn us about the poet. So learners, John Keats, he was a late romantic poet. And learners, born in 1795. Learners, this year you must understand that in this same year Samuel Taylor Coleridge and Wordsworth meeting takes place. Both, okay learners? And yes, 31 October 1795. On this particular year, John Keats was born. But learners, आपको पता होना चाहिए कि only he completed 25 years. Only 25 years and died. Immature death. So learners, his father was a stable keeper, or learners, innkeeper you can say. But learners, when Keats was only 8-year-old, only 8-year-old, his father Thomas Keats died. And learners, death का reason था one day learners वो horse riding कर रहे थे और horse back से वो down गिरे और skill में थोड़ा सा fracture आया, that's why उनकी death हो गई. Later on learners, you must understand कि एक और important चीज है, because ये जो time period था when Keats was only 8-year-old. So learners, ये time period, this was the really crucial time period for John Keats, because Thomas Keats and Francisco both has 5 children. 5 children. यानी कि Keats 5 brothers sisters. So learners, आपको पता होना चाहिए कि 5 children, father's death, and now learners Francis remarried. यानी कि जो इनकी मदर थी, so इन्होंने दोबारा से मैरिज कर ली, remarried. And learners, ये जो remarried थी, so that was not successful marriage. But learners, जो child थे, यानी कि like Keats and all, so Keats went to his grandmother, अपनी grandmother के पास जाकर के रहने लगे. And learners, on that place 1809 learners, so यहाँ पर इन्होंने एक छोटा सा स्कूल था learners, इसके पहले ही 1803 के टाइम पीरियड में, so क्लार्क्स स्कूल में इनफील्ड में इन्होंने अपनी स्टडी बिगिन की. Now learners, one more important thing in Keats' life, so that is कि learners आपको ये बात और भी अच्छे से समझ लेना चाहिए, because in early age he got fame. And how he got fame? So learners, इनकी early age में fame receive करने का एक बहुत बड़ा reason, because learners इनकी जो practice थी, इनकी जो learners practice थी, so वो थी apothecary की. Apothecary, so he was associated with the work of physician. John Lockhart, learners, you must understand you must remember John Lockhart. Learners, John Lockhart was the person Lockhart, and John Lockhart was the editor of Blackwood magazine. Blackwood magazine. So learners, he has also criticized go back to apothecary. This is not work of anyone who comes and writes poetry. Such a kind of, you can say, low poetry. For Endymion by John Keats. Okay, learners, so 1810 के टाइम पीरियड में John Keats left the school, that is Infield School, and learners, he later on he admitted where learners, so in 1811 he apprenticed to a surgeon and apothecary in Edmonton. So learners, the name of that particular place is Guy's Hospital. This is the name of the place. Learners, later on ये यहाँ पर गैस हॉस्पिटल में यहाँ से इन्होंने अप्रेंटिस की, एंड लेटर ऑन गैस हॉस्पिटल लंदन में इन्होंने फिर से अपना जो है कुल मिलाकर के जो फाइनल अप्रेंटिस होती है, सो ही स्टार्टेड हिज वर्क. बट learners, you must understand कि Keats was not interested in apothecary. Learners, this point must be remembered because this is the exam point. learners, इन्हें अच्छा नहीं लगा, हॉस्पिटल का वर्क बहुत ज्यादा पसंद नहीं था. And only जब John Keats 18 year, only and only 18 year, और जब learners 18 year के हुए, so he just started something more important. Though learners, he attempted first to write poetry, because you can see imitation of his Spencer. About 18, he started writing poetry, and this is the result, imitation of Spencer. So this is the first poem by John Keats. But later on, learners, he also published another poem that was appeared in Examiner, and this is O Solitude. And learners, आपको पता होना चाहिए कि on the same year 1816 was the year कि learners Guy's Hospital से जो as a student he admitted, but he passed his exam on the same year. And now learners, see some interesting point in his life. So 1817. This is the year, learners, so he tried to publish another poetic collection named Poems, but this was not successful collection, or you can say, learners, this was not made popular by anyone, not praised by anyone. Now learners, see कि I'm just proceeding towards the time period when he writes his greatest odes, like Ode to Autumn, Ode to Psyche, Ode to a Nightingale, and then learners other poems too. So learners, you must understand this is the year 1817, the most failure year. Learners, बहुत खराब था इनकी लाइफ में, because he published his poem Endymion, a thing of beauty, joy forever, its loveliness increases and it never passes into, will be praised, नहीं की गई और उसे किसी ने पसंद भी नहीं किया. Later on, learners, 1818 से 19 का time period. So yes, ये learners important रहा. And in 1819, the golden year in Keats' life, the most productive year in Keats' life, and learners, he has written 5 great odes: Autumn, Nightingale, Psyche, and learners other poems like Grecian Urn, Ode on a Grecian Urn too. So learners, these are the important poems. And he was in love with Fanny Browning. Learners, Fanny Browning, his beloved. Even a movie, learners, you can see that is Bright Star. Bright Star is the name of the movie. Bright Star, B-R-I-G-H-T, Bright Star. This is the name of a movie, learners. And name of poem too. John Keats ने poem भी लिखा है Bright Star नाम की. So learners, yes, on Bright Star you can see the love of John Keats for his beloved has been beautifully depicted. So learners, this is a really interesting one movie. Learners, अगर आपको time मिले, so please do watch this movie कि आप John Keats को और भी अच्छे से समझ सकें. So learners, 1820 is the year when he fell ill, and his friend Joseph Severn. Learners, remember रखिएगा please, Joseph and S-E-V-E-R-N, Joseph Severn. So on lap of Joseph Severn, he breathed last. And learners, he was died in Italy, but you must understand his beloved Fanny was in England. Learners, if you have ever read Letter of John Keats, so then you will find he was deeply in love with poetry. He was deeply in love with Fanny Browning, and he was deeply in love with sensuousness. So learners, three qualities must be understood regarding John Keats. First of all, you must understand the quality. So that is depiction of sensuousness. Depiction of sensuousness. He is able to feel whatever he is going to write. Like heard melodies are sweet, but those unheard are sweeter. Heard melodies are sweet, but those unheard are sweeter. Okay, learners, a thing of beauty, joy forever. Like yes, these are the lines where you can see he has taken a deep and deeper plunge on the poetry, on the realm of poetry. So learners, love for his beloved Fanny, and love for sensuousness, and love for beauty. So that's why learners, Keats is known as a poet of beauty. A poet of beauty. A wonderful poet. Yes, a really great personality. So learners, these are a few screenshots from the movie that is Bright Star. Bright Star is the movie. Learners, when he fell ill, so learners, जो उसकी meeting होती थी, John Keats की जो meetings होती थी, so like this curtain you can see, learners, on there I'm marking. So learners, yes, you can see the curtain. So one side John Keats, another side Fanny, and in middle, so you can see the curtain. So learners, this was the condition. And later on, learners, he has written beautiful letters for Fanny, but learners, unfortunately, he breathed last only and only in 25 years. Now learners, see Ode to a Nightingale. So Ode to a Nightingale is one of the best creation by John Keats. And in this poem particularly, he is going to deal with different topics and different, you can say, scenes and different feel and different sensuousness too. What is an ode? So learners, I have already discussed, yes, an ode is a type of lyrical stanzaic poem. And probably learners, you will see in an ode praising or glorifying of the event. Praising and glorifying of the event. Learners, this point must be noticed. Praising, glorifying. So learners, on the Ode to a Nightingale, Keats is going to praise. He is going to glorify. What? So learners, tune of the song. The melodious tune of the song, the melody of the bird's song. This is going to be praised in this particular ode. And one more thing, learners, glorifying. On the other hand, I have one more example. So this is from Ode to Autumn. So on Ode to Autumn, you can also see something. So on Ode to Autumn, he is going to praise the month of autumn, and on Grecian urn, he is going to praise the urn. So learners, one thing that is really important for John Keats. So that is what. So learners, you must understand कि that is Keats' Hellenic view of life. He was deeply in love with art. He is going to consider that art is immortal. Art is immortal, and human life, that is mortal. So that's why learners, he is going to take subject like Greek subject like urn, song of a bird, so that is really also important, and then autumn, a month, a season, abstract idea, or learners, you can say season. So this is what that is related to John Keats. Now let us see in this particular poem, Ode to a Nightingale, he is going to make you emotionally charged. Emotionally charged. And how he is going to make you emotionally charged, on next slide I am going to show you. But first of all, see the three type of odes: Pindaric, Horatian, and irregular ode. So learners, Pindaric or Horatian ode known as classical ode, and you have three major points. So three major points are strophe, antistrophe, and epode. Learners, you must remember strophe, S-T-R-O-P-H-E, strophe, and then antistrophe, and then learners, epode. Epode. So learners, 3 points you must remember regarding ode. Now let us see the background of the poem. See the background of this particular poem, Ode to a Nightingale. So learners, about Ode to a Nightingale, his friend Charles Brown has written. Charles Brown was one of the friend of John Keats, and what he has written. So what he observed, whatever he has observed, he has written. So learners, he has written in 1819. This was the month of spring. This was the month of spring, and a nightingale built a nest near the house. Whatever he is going to write, ki ek nightingale thi, ek nightingale bird, and he prepared his nest near the house, nest near the house. And John Keats was always observing the bird, seeing the bird. And learners, इन्होंने लिखा, Keats felt a tranquil and continual joy in her song, because this bird, you can see, this bird was continuously singing, because learners, जो voice है, that is can be considered as a song. And learners, one morning, he has written, Charles Brown, one morning, Keats ने क्या किया कि एक सुबह जगे, and just he picked up a chair and a table. That was the breakfast chair and table, and learners, वो garden में चले गए, and on garden वो बैठ गए, and then after 2-3 hours, he came back from the garden, and yes, on his hand there was 2-3 scrap of pages, and he tried to put them safely in behind the book. And later on, learners, Charles Brown found this is a poem, Nightingale poem. Yes, learners, after inquiry, what he found? So he found those scraps, 4 or 5 in number, contained his poetic feeling on the song of the nightingale. So learners, this is the time period when the creation of this particular poem takes place. And now let us see the major concern in this particular poem. So what are the major concern in this particular poem? So the major concern, you can see opposite ideas, two opposite ideas. If one is joyful, so that another part is sorrow. If one is death, so another is life. So these two type of conflicting ideas has been explored in this particular poem, Ode to a Nightingale. So let us, a major concern in Ode to a Nightingale is Keats' perception of the conflicted nature of human life. Because learners, you know, if today you are happy, so it may be on next day you may be unhappy. No certainty in life. Then another thing, learners, that whatever he is going to explore, so that is mortality and immortality. So mortality of human life and immortality of art, because human life is mortal, and actual and the ideal, he is also going to represent what is actual and what is ideal, and even separation and connection. So let's see the poem, and learners, this is the first stanza of the poem Ode to a Nightingale. You can see on your screen. So learners, what he is going to write: my heart aches and drowsy numbness pain, my sense as though of hemlock I had drunk, or emptied some dull opiate to the drains. 1 minute passed and lithe words had sunk. It is not through envy of thy happy lot, but being too happy in thine happiness, that thou light-winged drive of the trees, in some melodious plot of beech and green and shadows numberless, singest of summer in full-throated each. So learners, this is the opening stanza. And in this opening stanza, you can see how beautifully he is going to describe the song of Nightingale, the gist. And he is also going to represent something related to his life. He is going to say, my heart aches and a drowsy numbness pain. एक ऐसा पेन, मेरे मतलब he is going to say कि मेरा दिल, मेरे हृदय में, मेरे दिल में बहुत ज्यादा दर्द हो रहा है. And a drowsy numbness pain, and this pain, this is a kind of pain that making me senseless. That is making me senseless. My senses are feeling as though hemlock. Learners, hemlock, it's a kind of drink. A kind of drink. As though hemlock I had drunk. Or emptied some dull opiate to the dreams. ऐसा लगता है कि जैसे मैंने कुछ drink ले ली हो. And or some dull opiate. Opiate, learners, related to opium. So it seems that I have taken a few you can say quantity of opium. To the drains, 1 minute passed, and not more than 1 minute. And as after hearing the song of the bird, you can say Nightingale, he said, 1 minute passed, not more than 1 minute, and lithe words had sung. Lithe words, learners, you must understand Lethe. So learners, Lethe is a mythical river, and on that particular river, अगर एक बार आप डुबकी लगा लें और बाहर निकलेंगे, so सारी दुनिया भूल जाएगी. So what he is going to say? 1 minute passed, केवल 1 minute, only and only 1 minute, and I have heard your song, the bird song. 1 minute passed and lithe words had sung. And ऐसा लगता है कि जैसे only and only 1 minute, only and only 1 minute passed हुआ और मैं सब कुछ भूल गया, अपना दर्द, अपनी दुनिया, because मैंने एक बहुत ही great प्लंग लगाया कहां पर? Directly the song of the bird. And now he is going to say, because क्योंकि तुम जैसे learners एक comparison, यहाँ पर एक contrast देखें please, comparison and contrast. Song of the bird, that is melodious song. And learners, the poet or John Keats, he want to forget the word, this word, because this word where he is going to face sorrow, where he is going to hear the groans of each other. Later on, he is going to discuss these all points. So now see, learners, it is not through envy of thy happy lot. This is not due to envy, but this is why. Because, but being too happy in thine happiness. This is not envy, I forget everything, but this is what I am feeling. This is what, learners, but being too happy in thine happiness. But I am so much happy because there is no happiness in my life, but you have happiness in your life. The bird, you have happiness in your life. So that's why, learners, he is going to feel joy as well as pain. So learners, I have already discussed two types of feeling. One, so that is related to joy. He is he is feeling that the how beautiful the song is, but on the other hand, he is feeling that his drowsy numbness pain that is making him senseless. So let us contrast up exactly देख सकते हैं, and this is the condition of ambivalent, where he is not going to give the correct response. Now see learners, thou just that thou light winged dry to the trees in some melodious plot. Now learners, he is going to represent his uncertainty, because he is going to say, no, I am not certain from where this beautiful song you brought for me. So he's going to say, thou light winged dried of the trees, in some melodious plot of beechen green and shadows and numberless singest of summer in full-throated ease. Because your sound, your sound, and even your quality of sound, your melody, so that has blend of fine blend of melody and even beechen green, a number of places that are really beautiful from there you passed. Now let us see the next one. Next one is stanza that is really interesting. So, oh, for a draught of vintage. Now let us see, he is going to express something more important. Keats is going to say कि मुझे लगता है कि कुछ पी लेना चाहिए. Now he is going to say, oh, for a draught of winters that hath been cold. Let us, one thing you must understand, he is feeling pain, and let us on the other hand joy. So mix of pain and joy. Joy in song of the bird, and pain in my heart. And what is the pain? So this may be the pain of the disease, pain of life, pain of not to meeting with his beloved. So no, this may be the different pain. So he's going to say, oh, for a draught of vintage, काश मिल जाती कुछ बूंदे. Draught of vintage. Vintage learners, a kind of wine जो बहुत ही ज्यादा कैसी हो learners. So बिल्कुल बहुत ही ज्यादा, जिसमें बहुत ही ज्यादा उसमें सेंसलेस, और ये कह सकते हैं कि कहीं ना कहीं आपको बहुत ही ज्यादा नशा दे दे. This kind of. So learners, that had been cooled along is the deep dwelled earth, a kind of vintage, a kind of drink, a kind of wine. So let us see, a kind of wine. He is wishing to get a kind of wine that is vintage wine. So that has been cooled. Long is a longer time in the deep dwelled earth. Inside the earth, inside the ground. Okay, learners, tasting of flora and country green. And this may have the taste of those flower like the flower of opium. And country green, and different kind of other flavors too. And learners, this kind of he is going to describe कि ये जो इस टाइप की जो भी वाइन है, सो वो यूज कहाँ की जाती है. So he is going to say, tasting of flora and country green, dance and provincial song, कि कहाँ पर जब लोग enjoy कर रहे होते हैं एकदम मस्ती में, full मस्ती. So on that particular time, tasting of flora and country green on any countryside, the peoples are enjoying, and they are taking sunburnt myth. It means learners कि जब इंग्लैंड में विंटर डेज खत्म होते हैं और सनशाइन होता है, सो जो लोग हैं वो जाते हैं बाहर और एंजॉय करते हैं, कहाँ पर, बीचेस एंड ऑल में. सो यस, ही इज गोइंग टू डिस्क्राइब joy of the people. So yes, he is going to say कि flora and country green. So after taking wine, they are enjoying in sunburnt way. Oh, for a beaker full of warm south. Now he is going to describe next kind of wine. Oh, for a beaker full of warm south, full of the true and blissful hippocrene, with bleeded bubbles winking at the brim. काश एक बीकर मिल जाता, काश एक beaker मिल जाता. If I got a single beaker, and on that beaker learners, it's a kind of, you can say कि जैसे जो wine रखने के जो different type के जो भी learners glasses and all होती हैं, so that is like yes learners, beaker. So of a beaker full of warm south, full of the true and blissful hypocrite, with bleated bubbles winking at the brim. Learners, a beautiful alliteration. Yes, a beautiful alliteration. Here you can see. So learners, he is going to say कि एक ऐसा हो जिस पर जब उस बीकर पर वाइन डाली जाए तो वो कैसी हो, beaded bubbles winking at the brim. कि बिल्कुल लर्नर्स जो जब इस बीकर में उस वाइन को डाला जाए तो यहाँ पर बहुत सारे बबल्स बन जाए, and that bubbles are going to show कि how effective the wine is. And purple is stained mouth, and after taking that wine, mouth, face become purple. So effect of intoxication. And all others see that I might drink and leave the word unseen. और ये सब लेने के बाद leave the bird unseen, मैं इस दुनिया को बिल्कुल अनदेखे बिना देखे हुए चला जाऊं. And I might drink, अगर मैं पी सकूं, and leave the world unseen, और इस दुनिया को बिल्कुल मैं देखे हुए बिना देखे, and with the fade away into the forest dim, और मैं तुम्हारे साथ चल सकूं. With whom, so learners, with the song of the bird Nightingale. So this is what learners Keats is going to represent with the help of this poem. Learners, when he is saying beaker full of warm south, so learners, he is going to give the example of hypocrite. So learners, it's a kind of fountain. learners, आपने fountain में देखा कि fountain जो होता है, so वहां पर ऐसे fountain में बहुत सारी जो shower है, so continuously चलता है, and yes वो उफनता रहता है, ऐसा लगता है कि जैसे overflow हो रहा है. So on the same way he is going to say कि beaker full हो और उस पर जब वाइन डाली जाए तो इसी तरह बिल्कुल कुछ वो हो. So let us, this is a beautiful image created by John Keats. And now see that I might drink and leave the world unseen, and with thee fade away into the forest dim, और मैं तुम्हारे साथ चला जाऊं इस दुनिया से दूर. Now see, fade far away, बहुत दूर, quietly बहुत दूर, dissolve, जहां पर कुछ ना हो, तुम्हारे साथ बिल्कुल मिल जाए मेरी पर्सनालिटी, and quite forget. So learners, this is what negative capability. Okay, learners, this is what you can see, negative capability use of. And quite forget what thou among the leaves has never known. And quite forget, और मैं भी अपनी लाइफ की दुनिया के सारी तकलीफें, सारे दुखों को भूल जाऊं. What thou among the leaves had never known, जो तुमने कभी नहीं जाना. Because learners, you must understand, bird को इस दुनिया के सुख और दुख से कोई मतलब नहीं. So that's why he is saying what thou among the leaves, की in हरे भरे in grounds and all, in places, these mountains में रह करके तुमने कभी नहीं जाना, had never known. And what are these pains? What are these pains? So he is going to say just the weariness, the fever, and the freight here, where men sit and hear each other groan. The word you don't know, dear bird, the word you don't know, where people sit and hears each other's groan. एक दूसरे की लोग कराहें सुनते हैं. Where man sit, लोग एक दूसरे के बगल में बैठते हैं, and hear each other's groan, and just try to listen the pains of each other, the pain of life, and where palsy shakes a few. Sometimes palsy. So learners, this is a kind of physical inability. Yes, physical inability. So that makes you weaker. Where palsy shakes a few, and sad and last gray hairs. और learners, उम्र के आने से पहले ही जो hairs है वो grey हो जाते हैं, because they are facing a lot of pain in their lives. So that's why their life become totally barren. Now see learners, he writes, where youth grows pale. Learners, this is what he was suffering from tuberculosis. Keats was suffering from tuberculosis. His brother, he was also suffering from tuberculosis and died of too. His mother, Frances, was died of tuberculosis. So let us tuberculosis, a great disease at that particular time. So let us see. Last gray hairs where youth grows pale and is spectre thin. Where youth grows, जहां जवान लोग, जहां पर युवा, young grows pale, their faces, their body is going to be pale, and spectre thin, they are going to become a kind of figure that is a ghostly figure and dies. So learners, this is description of his death of his brothers. That is indirect, you can say. Now see learners, but where but to think is to be full of sorrow and leaden-eyed despair. जहां इस दुनिया में अगर कुछ सोचो, so that is only a pain, a sorrow. To be full of sorrow and leaden-eyed despair, और जहां पर आंखें निराशा में भर जाती हैं. So learners, this is what you can see, a beautiful description where beauty cannot keep her lustrous eyes. जहां पर सुंदरता बहुत दिन तक नहीं रहती. I won't leave this world. I won't leave this world with your song, with you, or new love pine at them beyond tomorrow, or new love pine, or नया प्यार मिल जाता है at them beyond tomorrow. So yes, learners, you can see these are beautiful. This is the beautiful description of the poem. Now see the next one. So learners, you can see the next one is stanza. So this is the next one is stanza. That is beautiful stanza. So are we. Now learners, see, he is going to represent whatever he is feeling. So learners, do write the comment if you are facing any kind of problem. Okay learners, so see, away, away, for I will fly to thee. बहुत दूर मैं तुम्हारे साथ चला जाऊंगा. Not charioted by Bakshas and his parts. So learners, Bakshas is a Greek god and god of wine and drunkenness. He is known as the god of wine and drunkenness. Not charioted by Bakshas and his parts. No, I am not going to be with you with the parts and all, charioted by the parts and all, but on the viewless wings of poesy. But with the help of poetry, I want to go with you. Now see learners, but on the viewless wings of poesy, though the dull brain perplexes and retards. If I can see the brain, my brain, so that is perplexes and retards. Already with thee, वो तो already हो ही चुका, because I am too much plugged into your song. He is going to say already with thee, and now though the dull brain perplexes and retards, already with thee. मेरा mind तो already पहले से ही तुम्हारे साथ है. Tender is the night and happy. And now let us see, this is the next scene where he can see the word of Nightingale. Keats can observe the word of Nightingale. So he is going to see what? Tender is the night. रात बहुत सुहानी है. And happily the queen moon is on her throne. और जो queen moon है, so she is on her throne, clustered around by all her starry face. And yes, she is surrounded by different kind of fairies, different kind of stars and all. But here there is no light, but I can't see anything because here there is no light. And this is the light of life, the light that is going to represent hope. And but here there is no light, but on this my life there is no hope to live. But here there is no light. And all honesty, say what from heaven is with the breezes blown, and then through wondrous gloom and winding mosey ways. And yes, he is feeling. Say what from heaven is with the breezes blown. Yes, these are the breezes that are blowing from one side to other side, through vaporous glooms and winding mosey ways. And yes, from this unexpected gloom, the wind is blowing with moji, you can say with moji waves. So that is a real beautiful description. But learners, next one stanza is really important, and after this stanza, that is also important. So yes, learners, this is the sensuousness. Please focus on sensuousness of John Keats. What he is going to say: I can't see what flowers are at my feet. I can't see what flowers are at my feet, nor what soft incense hangs upon the bough. And nor what soft incense hangs upon the bough. Learners, he's saying, I can't see what flowers are at my feet. मैं नहीं देख सकता. I am not able to see the flowers at my feet, nor soft incense. I can't feel the soft incense that is on this particular place. Now see, learners, in embalmed darkness gives each sweet. In embalmed darkness, but in this dark, I can guess each sweet wherewith reasonable month endures. But in this dark, I can guess with the ismail. So learners, this is what, learners, with the help of his senses, he is going to feel, yes, flowers are there, the grass, the thicket, and the fruit wild. So learners, yes, this is the ismail, and white hawthorn, this is the name of the flower. Pastoral eglantine, and eglantine, this is the flower, and fast fading violets, and I can feel, yes, the fragrance of violet, and then covered up in leaves. So learners, this is fast fading violets covered with what? So learners, this is covered with different kind of, please wait. So learners, this is covered with, fast fading violets covered with, violets covered up in leaves. So yes, this is not till, you can say, abhi wo khila bhi nahi. And then, and mid-May's eldest child, the coming musk rose, the smell of the rose, full of davy wine, the murmurous haunt of fleas and summer's eve. I can hear each, but I can't see. I can hear each, but I can't see. So this is what, learners, in this particular stanza, he is going to represent sensuousness, and with the help of senses, he is going to show you, I am feeling this kind of smell, this kind of fragrance, this is the flower, and I can guess that this is the month of spring, where everywhere flowers are, yes, already flown. Now let us see the next one. So darkling I listen, and for many a time I have been half in love with his full depth. Yes, I have listened many a time your song, and even many a time half in love with his full depth. आधा तो ऐसा लगता था कि जैसे I have lost my life. Call him soft names in many amused rhyme. And sometime Darkling को मैंने कई सारे नेम दिए हैं. The song of Darkling and the song of the bird. So I have given a number of name in my rhyme to take into the rear my quiet breath. And even I have requested to take my breath into air, and now more than ever seems it rich to die. And after seeing the world, after facing these kind of problem, and after seeing your word, that is beautiful word, so it seems to me life has no importance. I must die. So now he is going to say, now more than ever, मुझे इतना तो कभी नहीं लगा. Now more than ever seems it to rich to die. मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि मर जाना ही better होगा. To seize upon the midnight with no pain, or is अंधेरे में, in this dark, to seize upon the midnight, किसी midnight, middle of the night, with no pain, without pain. I want to leave this world without pain. So मतलब death wish, this is learners death wish. So learners, death की wish आती कब है किसी में? कि जब लोग बहुत ही ज्यादा लाइफ को फेस कर चुके हों, बहुत ही ज्यादा उन्होंने प्रॉब्लम्स को फेस किया हो, while thou art pouring forth thy soul abroad in such an ecstasy, और तब when I want my death, so let us is saying while thou art pouring forth thy soul abroad, जब तुम्हारी soul, after hearing the song of Nightingale, I want death. In such ecstasy, in such a joyful way, still wouldst thou sing. क्या तब भी तुम गाओगी? जब मुझे इतना दर्द होगा, I will leave the world and I will die, तो क्या तब भी तुम गाओगी? And I have ears in vain, और तब मैं सुन भी नहीं पाऊंगा. To thy high requiem become a sword. So तब मेरे लिए ये जो इतना सुंदर सॉन्ग है, that will become fruitless for me. So what is this exactly? So now learners, this is the time when he is coming back. Thou wast not born to death. Immortal word, you are not born to death, born for death. No hungry generation just trade thee down. कभी भी तुमने तो बहुत सारी सदियां देखी, तुमने हमेशा अपने सॉन्ग को स्प्रेड किया है. The voice I hear this passing night was heard in ancient days by emperor and clown. The song I am hearing right now, so this has been already heard by different prince, different peoples, different members of the society. Perhaps the self-same song that found the path through the sad heart of Ruth. So let us, yes, he's also going to say perhaps the self song. Perhaps this is the song. With the help of this song, I think Ruth, she was already jailed, she was in prison, and she was sick for her lover. So learners, वो भी उसने भी उसको भी दिल को काफी सुकून मिला होगा. When sick for home, और जब वो घर आना चाहती थी तब भी she stood in tears amid the alien call. So yes, she was stood on that particular place. Now let us see charmed magic casements opening on the form of perilous seas in fairy lands of forlorn. Let us yes see this word forlorn. अब now let us I'm going to make it clear. यहाँ पर एक exam point है आपका. The same that oftentimes had charmed magic casements. ये वही सॉन्ग है जो ऑलरेडी बहुत सारे लोगों को मतलब उनको लुभा देता है, बहुत सारे लोगों को हैप्पी करता है. ओपनिंग ऑन द फोम, जो समटाइम्स दैट ओपन्स ऑन फोम ऑन perilous seas in fairy lands and even in fairyland forlorn. So learners, this is the word. And now let us see on the next stanza. Forlorn, the very word is like a bell. Now let us, after remembering this particular word forlorn, the very word is like a bell to call me back. Let us, ये आपके एग्जाम में आती है lines. And now let us, from thee to my soul self, the word forlorn, back me to my word. Adieu. Now Keats says, adieu. Go. The fancy cannot cheat so well. This fancy, this imagination, this unreal word can't cheat me so well as she is famed to do. As she is famed to do. Deceiving elf. Adieu, adieu, Jao. Thy plaintive anthem fades. Your song is now going to be fade because I can't feel the enjoyment in your song. Past and near meadows. Now I can't see her here. And this goes to meadows and all over the still stream up the hillside, and now it is buried deep in the next valley glads, and now the song has been over. Was it a vision or waking dream? Fled in that music? Do I wake or sleep? So let us now at the end of the poem. At the end of the poem, Keats says, was it a vision? Was it a reverie? So learners, this was really a reverie because Charles Brown has written, he has taken table and chair, and yes, he goes to the garden, and after that he came back. He has some scrap of the papers, and on that papers he has written the poem. So learners, what he is going to say? Was it a vision? So yes, it was really a reverie, a daydream, or a waking dream. Yes, learners, this is yes, daydream, and then fled in that music, and this is a dream. Sorry. So this is a daydream and I was flooded with that music. मैं शायद भावनाओं में बह गया था. Do I wake or sleep? I was sleeping or waking. So learners, this is all about the poem Nightingale and I have completed this poem within 1 hour. So learners, you can also subscribe my you can also subscribe to this YouTube channel for upcoming classes. And learners, please hit the like button too and subscribe learners, and even you can also join my paid courses at Unacademy by using my referral code, that is Rajveerlive. So learners, this is what you can see. So thank you so much learners for this awesome session, and on my next class we will have a great discussion and a great poem too learners. So thank you so much. If you have any kind of guys, so do write on comment box, please. Hi, please learners. Okay learners, so thank you so much and bye. Take care of yourself and we will meet in next class. And my plus learners, I have rescheduled my class, so that is at 7. Okay learners, at 7 p.m. Thank you so much learners. Bye, take care.